November 22nd, 1963. Shots ring out in Dallas, Texas. But in this timeline, John F. Kennedy survives. The motorcade speeds away. The world watches, and history takes a very different turn. President Kennedy is rushed to Parkland Hospital. He survives, wounded but alive. The news spreads like wildfire. The president has lived. America holds its breath. Weeks later, he returns to public life. But something in him has changed. He speaks slower, thinks deeper. He no longer talks just of space and hope, but of peace, real peace. The near-death experience reshapes him, and soon it reshapes America. In our timeline, JFK never had the chance to pull back from Vietnam, but in this one, he does. He speaks to the nation, warning against endless war. He begins a slow withdrawal of U.S. troops. By 1965, the war is over, before it truly began. No draft, no protests, no body bags on college campuses. Martin Luther King lives longer, so does Malcolm X. The civil rights movement burns brighter, not bloodier. And while the world still has conflict, the heart of America remains unbroken. With war behind him, JFK turns toward the world. He meets with Soviet Premier Khrushchev in Geneva, not as enemies, but as men who saw the edge and stepped back. They begin to talk, really talk. Arms reduction, scientific cooperation, the first real steps toward peace. By the 1970s, the Cold War feels cold in name only. Nuclear weapons still exist, but their shadow grows weaker. Instead of a race to dominate, it becomes a race to understand. The space race becomes a space partnership, and humanity takes its first steps toward the stars together. One bullet missed, and the world was never the same. No Vietnam, no Cold War tension, no endless division. Just one man, one moment, one timeline, reimagined. This is Alturio, the world reimagined.